And
Go.
we are live.
We are live.
Hi, Anne. It's been a while. It's nice to see you.
Hi, Carol. It's nice to hear you. This voice from the past has appeared.
I know. I've been so sick, though.
I know.
Lots of crap. But
Right.
here I am.
That's the most important thing. Here you is. Whoops. I guess I better mute us on the iPad. That would be good. I always forget to do that. All right. So where are these four people? Are they? I bet you they're gentle listeners.
Uh, they're in
I
the
like.
balcony or
Yeah.
somewhere in the quiet corner.
It sounds better than lurking because lurking has kind of a bad
Yes, there's
connotation.
Melody. Hello,
Hi,
Melody. And
Melanie.
Barbara. Yay, yay.
It's Barb, Chicken Pot Pie Society. Awesome.
Oh, I got to mute for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Come on, mute.
Mute, 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 mute. Nettie Munson, hello to you. It's good to see you. Hope all is well where you is at. I hope Penny got home safely from her unexpected journey to Okeechobee. That's a fun word to say, Lake Okeechobee. It's a big lake. You can see it from outer space. And it actually, hi, Janet. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. So appreciate it. She did good. I'm glad she did. She got everything situated, I hope. Hi, Vanessa. Good to see you again. Vanessa, I'm trying to figure out how to. You wanted me to show you how to do something, and now I can't remember what it is, but I just went blank, which is not a good thing to do, but I will, yeah. I know how to copy Jodafie's how-to things off Pinterest. Yeah, it's not that easy, apparently. I've been messing around with it. Have not been successful, but when I figure it out, I mean, I have printed some out in the past. I just don't remember how I did it. You know, when there's those multiple steps things you've got to do, that's when I get into trouble, unless I write it down. Hi, Nashua. So lovely to see you.
Hey, Nashua and let's see, Janice and Vanessa and Nettie and Janet Hartz. Haven't seen
And,
Janet Hartz in a while.
and Janice. I just noticed Janice Glines is in the
Yeah,
house. This is awesome.
it's nice to see everybody. I've missed everybody.
Yeah, it's
Hi,
amazing.
Chris.
Hey, Chris. Hola. ¿Qué pasa? Well, I'll go ahead and read. There's plenty of people here to hear Robert Folger. I think I'm thinking of the coffee. Gee whiz.
Folgers. We're having a cuppa today.
We're having a Fulgrum. Robert. Vacuums. I'm not sure whether I read this or not, but if I did, I don't remember, and I'm going to write red on this right now. 5/20. Can you believe that next Monday is Memorial Day? Where the hell did May go?
I know it's a long weekend this weekend here.
Oh wow!
It's
Yeah,
It's Victoria's Day.
Oh, Victoria Day. Okay. Yeah, I got a message from my friend Mo and said, "How would you like to come up for Memorial Day
Oh,
and
that's
spend the
sweet.
night?" And I said, "Okay." And I figured it was in a couple of weeks, and she said, "No, it's next Monday." I went, "What? It is." That's right. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Barbara's on top of it.
She's on the ball.
Always on top of
I
it.
know. She livens everything up, doesn't she, with her?
She is a walking musical encyclopedia.
She is. You know, I drove past her place when I came out here.
Oh, did you really? How
Yeah,
cool is
I drove by. I waved as I was going through.
that? Okay. That's
All
cool.
right, I'm gonna mute so you can read.
Okay, vacuums. No, I'm sure we all have vacuum stories. Yeah. Oh, you might get one, hopefully. A man I had not seen in years stopped me on the street recently. He once was a nodding acquaintance neighbor who lived up at the end of the block. How's business? I'd ask, and he came back with, business really sucks, and laughed. I knew he was going to say this. It had been his trademark quip for years. He's a regional sales manager for a vacuum cleaner company. His humor is tacky, but I like his enthusiasm and the confidence he has in his product line. Anything you want to suck up or blow away anywhere, anytime, we've got the machine, he says. Handy vac, shop vac, super vac, and specialty rigs to clean out chimneys and furnaces. He's got built-in systems for whole buildings, vacuum cleaners to slurp up chemicals and oil pollutants. And he's got blowers, leaf blowers, grass blowers, and underwater trash blower systems for pools, indoor, outdoors, on the ground, in the sea, or in the sky. No task too big or small. It's a large company, and he's been their gold medal salesman for years. Stand back, give me air, it is his war cry. His personal hero is a man named James Murray Spangler. In 1907, Spangler was a janitor in a department store in Ohio, but he was going to have to give up his job because the mechanical carpet sweeper he had to use kicked up so much dust and mold, he had developed chronic allergy problems. Carol can relate. So Spangler solved his problem by inventing the first vacuum cleaner. You'd laugh to see the original model made out of a pillowcase, a soapbox, a fan, and yards of tape. Still, the device not only worked, it solved Spangler's allergy problems and saved his career as a janitor. You've never heard of Spangler because he sold the patent to a man whose name you do know, William Hoover. My friend, the salesman, reveres Spangler because he took common items he found at home and using the most obvious natural resource, air, he changed domestic history. I don't know how many times I've heard this story from my former neighbor. When he told it to me one more time last week, I couldn't resist asking him if he was still a hypocrite, and he blushed and smiled. Yes, perhaps hypocrite is not quite the right word. Maybe philosopher. I'll explain the accusation, and you can decide. Early on in my neighbor experience, I noticed a profound contradiction in the life of this air salesman. It puzzled me. I'd be out in my yard and would look up and see him mowing his yard with an old hand-powered push mower. Then he'd pile up the grass clippings using an equally old-fashioned hand rake. Finally, he would sweep his sidewalk and driveway with a classic straight broom and pick up the piles with a dustpan. In the fall, he raked his leaves by hand, no blower. And when he tidied his car, he swept it out with the whisk broom, where was all the machinery that sucked things up and blew things away. One day I confronted him, and he confessed. He had once tried to sell his wares to an Amish farmer in Iowa whose religious and social values did not allow the use of electricity and gasoline engines. The Amish believe that those things that do not serve the family, the community, or the individual well should be avoided. Noisy engines separate people and make it hard for them to sing together while they work, and even harder to think when they work alone. Hand tools are cheap, easy to repair, and give the user good exercise. Speed and efficiency do not always increase the quality of life. When my friend's life gets to be too much of an air raid and he needs sanity, he remembers the Amish. He goes out into his yard with his hand tools for an afternoon of seeking wisdom in simplicity. A noisy machine won't help when his soul feels empty. In his middle years, he has acquired the wisdom of choosing appropriate technology. Pushing leaves with mechanical air is not the same as hearing the wind blow through the trees. So let's hear for Spangler and Hoover, who bought the patent. All right, very true. Nothing like a good old hand tools to get the job done. My grandfather had the hand, the drill with the, and you'd kind of crank it like this. Hi, Aunt Bex, good to see you. Hi, Crafting House Kitty Jen, nice to see you. Thanks so much. Hi, Deb, good to see you. So glad everybody is here. This is wonderful to see so many people. Yeah, you're welcome, Barb. And I actually wrote red, so we won't be reading it again, even though both of these are well worth hearing a second and third time.
They are. They're fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Hey,
Becky.
Becky and Deb.
I downloaded Merlin. Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa.
What a phenomenal, what an app. Oh my gosh.
What did you download?
Becky turned us on to, or Scott, or both of them turned me on to an app called Merlin, like the magician.
Oh, I didn't get to see her video.
Yeah, it's an app developed by Cornell Labs, and what it does is it'll identify birds by their song. I mean, I've got some birds out in the back who have been singing up a storm, and I went out there this afternoon and turned it on, and all of a sudden it identified. I had a northern cardinal, a northern mockingbird, a Cooper's hawk. I've heard this sound many times, never knew what the bird was. And there was another one. It's amazing. And obviously you'll do a visual identification, but it'll also do, them singing. And I said something, I mentioned it to my son, Dave, and he said that he and his wife had been using it for quite a while. So, hi, Sophia.
Well, the little bugger, he couldn't have shared that sooner, huh?
No, he doesn't share nothing. You know what he shared with me last Saturday while we were playing Neverwinter? That he had, and he's 47, 46. He had cataract surgery.
Oh, wow.
I know.
And he just told you?
Yeah.
Kids.
I know. And, he's kind of young to have cataract surgery.
Yeah.
Well, his neighbor, very young, his neighbor in Cape Cod is a world-renowned ophthalmologist, I guess. And so he called the guy and said that he needed cataract surgery and could he recommend somebody? So his neighbor, the doctor, said, well, what about me? And Dave said, oh, I didn't want to bother you. He said, hey, I love you. You're the best neighbor. I'll be more than happy to do your surgery. So he ended up ultimately doing Dave's surgery, and he had called Dave in the meantime to ask him how he was doing. And he said, yeah, I'm okay. But, the wait list is really kind of long. So the guy even bumped him up on the wait list.
Oh, wow.
And then this guy, and I'm going to ask about it because I'm facing cataract surgery next, in the next 6 months or so. After cataract surgery, you had it at 38. Wow, Chris. I mean, Dave does spend a lot of time in front of a computer. He, a lot of times after cataract surgery, you have to do a whole eye drop routine for quite a while. And this guy has developed a new method where he gave David a steroid shot, and he didn't have to do any eye drops at all. None. So
wow.
I want to check that out. It was, not a good experience, Candy said.
That's sad.
That's too bad. Yeah. Any type like that anything can happen. Well, but I don't do mowing. My hubs does, and he likes the baggers. Okay, people are talking about mowing lawns. Okay, yeah. Well, I've been watching. I've been watching the guy that mows lawns for free. I'm hooked on him. I will sit there and watch an hour of him mowing people's lawns.
Oh, wow.
This guy, and he does it for free, and he's got over 1 million subscribers. And he knocks on lawns that need some little bit of TLC, and he's not doing it for free. And he's obviously, with over 1 million subscribers, he's making a couple of bucks on through YouTube, and he can afford to mow people's lawns for free. And he's got some serious equipment. He was mowing down little trees. It was amazing. Nice guy. You've watched a couple of them, and he said, I guess he's getting married pretty soon too. I know, it's addictive, isn't it? And it's such a good feeling to watch this guy help people out. There was one woman who said that she didn't have a lawnmower, so he gave her that riding lawnmower. He gave it to her.
Oh, wow.
Here, take mine. And she, what? And he said, yeah, take mine. So I thought that was really very generous.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And he never really talks about the brand that he's using. And so he's not really like being sponsored.
It's not advertising. It's just
No.
what he's doing.
That's just what he's using. Yeah. So Carol, you are harvesting pictures?
Pictures and words.
No.
Look.
Ooh, wow. Travel. Cool.
Yes, because I'm in my beginning stages of creating my junk journal, travel journal.
Oh yeah, Chris. I've watched the guy. There's a guy that cleans like Persian rugs. That's fascinating too. Hi, Saji. Nice to meet you. I think you're new. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. The subscription window is open to all.
Yep, Anne's working on getting her 1,000 subscribers so she can get monetized. So please do share her out.
Yeah.
The more you share it out, then we can get some new people in here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
To find and watch all her goodies that she does.
Yeah. You saw the rug cleaning guy too? Yeah, and those are really dirty. I mean, they are. And he's got like, oh, it's amazing. And he brings them back to life. And these are Persian. These are real expensive Persian rugs. And it's pretty amazing. Well, I said that I was going to mess with May. And I am going to mess with May. I've been doing the Messy May prompts. And I have saved May 16th through the 21st to share with you all. This is a journal I made a while ago, and it's one that's just completely made out of junk mail. I get a lot of junk mail, and sometimes if I let it stack up for a week, I feel guilty about throwing all that paper out, so I turn it into a journal. This, I have not done anything with the cover. This, you can see it's one of those Amazon envelopes. And all I wrote on the front is a quote from Jackson Pollock. All construction begins with either a shovel, a brush, or a pen. How true. So I'll start with May. And it's a one-word prompt. And I know, but the parent company, the people that are doing this have Messy in their names, but somehow I got on their list. So what you do is you get an email every day with a one-word prompt. And then there's a guest artist, crafter, who does her interpretation of that word. And then usually there's a YouTube video to help you out. So this is what and this has got other stuff in it. So I put Post-its in it. So we will go to the 16th. And the 16th is clusters. And what this person
an easy
did,
one.
Yeah, she did clusters in the corners, not little clusters, but clusters in the corner of her journal pages. So I'm all set up. And so I've got clustery kind of stuff that I'm going to kind of put together. This is a piece out of is it Dina Weekly, who does all that stuff? Yeah, Dina Weekly book. So I'll tear this up. I could not find this book for the life of me. I tore it up and down, sideways. I could not find it anywhere. And so I'm sitting on the toilet. I know this is great. I'm looking across my room, and I'm thinking to myself, this thing has a plain black binding. And I'm looking across the room, and I'm going, damn it, there it is. It's right on the shelf. I've gone and looked on that shelf. Can't tell you how many times I've looked at that shelf. And then it dawned on me, it's got a plain black binding. And sure enough, there it was. Mystery solved. So I found it. So this is going to be an easy one, as Carol said. And so I've got a bunch of clustery like stuff, and it just in this page here that I have down, this is a master board that I made ages ago and printed it out on craft paper.
You can make yourself bigger so they can see your messy May.
Oh, okay. My messy May I? I go here like this.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Hey, I got it right. And then Carol wanted, see, as soon as I did that, Jen wants to know what you're working on.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'm working on cutting out some pictures for my travel journal from my trip across Canada.
Travels with Carol across Canada.
So I'm kind of like sorting and harvesting some stuff. And then I'm going to put my book together and then just start painting and putting stuff in.
It's fun. And you,
and I can print out some of the pictures I took along the way as I traveled.
Yeah.
I may do, if I'm going to start, when I start working on it, when I do a page, I'm just going to upload videos. So I'll put them in a, what's it called? A playlist.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So I'll put travel journal playlist, travel across Canada playlist, and then you can see it progress. And then I'll do a flip through when it's complete.
I think that will be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. Now you're going to make the journal a traditional journal?
Scrap journal, just a simple.
Yeah. You're going to do
traveler's notebook style.
Okay, you're going to do the elastic Midori style. Yeah, that's the best, because then you can pull pages out, and
work on them as I go.
And then put them back in. Yeah, that's what this is. And one of the prompts earlier on, which was, I think the prompt was renewal. Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. I actually literally had to add a whole new elastic band to accommodate the double page spread. I'll show it to you guys because it's my favorite so far. This is a real easy one. I like easy ones. So I'm just going to stick this here. And that'll be the clusters are taken care of. So, nice to start out with an easy one to get all warmed up, so to speak. And then we'll just
so Anne's doing the important art today.
All right. So
I'm getting there, though. I'm getting there.
Yeah. Hey. It all works out. So there's my clusters. So that's May 16th. Messy May, and the prompt was clusters. And this was time. I did a watch time and garners. I did that last year. I garnered my handmade stamp collection and I stamped away. But this is the one that I added a new signature for. If I can find it, of course. How could I not find it? Oh, here it is. Look at this one. Is this not gorgeous?
Oh, that's pretty.
So what she had you do, you individually made all of these flowers. And then you made the background. The background is watercolor and, and then you painted all these flowers and then you cut out all of the flowers and then you glued them down in your garden. And I sewed on my hope, which is my word for this year. That's my word for the year.
Deb wants to know, are you writing the date and prompt on the pages, Anne?
I am. In little letters way down here at the bottom. I do have it down right here. Yeah. And this was a let go was this prompt, and it was contour drawing. And I did a contour drawing of This is supposed to be a branch of roses. Let's move on to 17. It was fun to make too. I'm going to do that again in another thing I'm working on. That is a Sean Petit thing. All right, so 17. So you can see this is just all junk mail. No junk mail. And this one is 17 is, I just threw in let's see, what am I going to do in 17? I wrote myself some notes, but I don't know what I'm going to do. It's use spray paint through stencil. Oh, explore. Huh. Oh, boy. Oh, there's all my stuff. I was going to say, wait a minute. Where's all the stuff I'm going to explore? Have you ever used acrylic spray paint?
No.
Yeah. Again, I saw Sean Petit do it, and I guess you can buy. I guess people that do graffiti,
Oh.
they use acrylic, which is a lot easier to clean up. And you can buy short cans, but they're real expensive. But I bought a big can.
Okay, Angie. Angie's watching. She can't do anything.
Okay. I'm glad you're here. Don't do anything, but you can always ice, baby. Oh, okay. Through an airbrush. Okay. And this is acrylic, like Liquitex acrylic spray paint. Artist quality pigments for durability, water-based technology for low odor, compatible with acrylics. Oh, that's right. Barbara's done a lot of. Hi, Cal. I think Barbara's done a lot of airbrush painting. So I may do a little spritz of that. This prompt it says explore. That's all I wrote down. So I'm going to glue some stuff down and I will explore the possibility of giving that a spritz through a stencil, which will scare me. I'm not very good with sprays. I end up spraying, all over the place. I'm a messy sprayer. I need a spray box, but I'm too lazy to go out. Obviously, I have a spray box that I made. I can't believe Timmy sells a spray box, but
We'll just get a cardboard box and.
I know it's not. That's what I was just going to say. It's not very hard to make a spray box. I would say. So I'm going to glue some of this down.
Hey, Stacy. Hi, Cal.
And then we will spray something. This is some spray paints down. I couldn't eat it. I bought the 20 Vault paints that Ranger had retired, and Timmy has resurrected for a limited time only. And of course, when they're gone, they're gone. And of course, that sends everybody to a buying frenzy. And myself included. And I got mine I got the middle tin.
Old cars. Wouldn't that be cool in a little picture?
Oh, yeah. Nice. Those are lovely.
I love old cars.
Yeah. Are those painted that way, or are they naturally rusted out?
They're natural. Look.
Naturally rusted out. Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. That is awesome. Very cool.
I have to keep that whole page.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to, in New York, and we had to have our cars inspected once a year. In Pennsylvania, they got you for twice a year, so you had to pay to have your cars inspected twice a year. in New York, it was only once a year. And rust was a big issue because they salted the roads in the wintertime. And you have some people that would, you could literally see the road through the floorboards if the rust would be so bad.
A color charter, Deb? Where do I find one of them?
A color charter on it. Oh, wow. Is that some sort of scanny thing that scans over and then identifies? That would be a cool app. Huh. Wow. That would be cool. Kind of like the bird app that identifies the bird by the sound.
Birds, yeah.
That would be fun. That would be really cool. All right. This is my T stamp that I carved out. Here's one of my Timu stamps.
Ooh, how do they work? Oh, those are stickers?
Yeah, these actually are good stickers because you can peel them off really easy. Not like the other ones that are the stickers from hell, the ones you can't separate.
Hi, Sherry.
And of course, hi, Sherry. And of course, if you cut your fingernails, then you forget it.
Same here, Barbara. They use sand on the roads.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they use sand now, but when I lived in Western New York.
Well, no, Ontario uses salt. Out west uses sand.
Mm-hmm. I think they probably use a mixture of sand and salt where I was. And then, they would, if you bought a car, if you went to a used car lot, one of the biggest advertising prompts or things that they say, Florida car. You want to buy a Florida car? Well, not necessarily, because if you bought a Florida car and the person lived close to the ocean, guess what? The salt from the ocean is just as bad. Oh, some places use calcium. Huh. That's interesting. Calcium.
Yeah, salt can do a lot of damage, Sherry. It sure does. It rusts out the vehicles pretty darn quick.
Well, now the newer cars, now they literally inject some sort of rust preventive, like gunk, like almost like a tar, like in between the doors. And they drill little holes, which you think, well, you don't really want to drill a hole. And they plug those up, but they kind of blow in some sort of lubricant or thing that retards the rust from rusting out your car.
This is going to be me soon.
Ah, that's right. She's going to be panning for gold.
Yes. My son's going to teach me how to do it.
Yes.
I may have to take a mini video.
Yes. I'm sure there's gold in them there are hills.
I can't wait.
I know. I'm assuming there's a certain river or place that he goes.
He goes to BC.
Oh, okay.
But you can go up north here in Alberta as well.
BC is further west?
Yes.
Okay.
British Columbia.
Mm-hmm. And then Vancouver is all the way to the west coast, right?
Yeah, but Vancouver is in British Columbia.
Oh, okay. I'm embarrassed. I mean, that's how little I know about Canada.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
Wait till you get your envelope, then you'll see everything.
Yes, the envelope.
It's on the way.
It's on the way. Yay, I can't wait. Yes.
So you'll get all kinds of whatnots.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to some whatnots. I might have to have a travel. Oh, good.
Well, you'll be able to use the maps and all of your stuff.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, I might do my own travel guide. We could do it together. I can do it like that.
4 size 1 dresses cut out And oh yeah, I bet. You're back leaning over trying to cut out dresses.
Well, Becky gets down on the floor, which I'm very jealous of. But
Oh,
then getting back up would be not. Okay, bang. Okay.
Barbara, she broke her riding broom. Angie did.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Oh,
Somehow I just
I
don't.
bet.
I don't think of her that way.
No.
Not sweet Barb. Not the sing along Barb, the woman that knows the
No,
lyrics.
she's saying that's Angie. Angie's broom.
Oh, Angie's broom.
Angie broke her broom.
Oh, Angie broke her broom. Oh, Angie.
Oh.
I find that hard to believe. I mean, there are people in our lives that, hi, Beth. There are people in our lives that bring that out in us. There's no doubt about that. There are those people.
Oh yeah.
And
But they can live on in their miserable lives.
right. Yeah, they can make your lives miserable if you let them.
Yeah, if you let them. Some of us learn the hard way.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes when people have so much going on in their life, though, everything seems like it's like exploding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's those people that, I mean, I know as kids, you know, kids know how to push other kids' buttons to get them to, you know.
Yeah. And some people didn't grow up. They
Right.
still,
Yeah. And they still know which buttons to push to get,
Yeah.
you know, to get you
Yeah.
going. You know, where my kids went to school, again, it was a very small community. And they basically, many of those kids were in kindergarten all the way through seniors, all the way through high school. And if you did something stupid or silly in kindergarten, everybody remembered it all the way up until the day you graduated. You know, you couldn't, unless, that those stories followed you. And kids kids are mean. They are mean. There's no doubt about it. A little bastardo.
this is a pile of stuff that Janet Hartz sent me to go with my
wow.
junk journal. So
Look at all of those goodies.
I know. So I get to use this to create and put all my Canada stuff in.
How beautiful is that?
All kinds of whatnots.
That is very cool. I have no buttons, only switches.
So we have to flip a switch for Deb, huh?
So is that like a major, I mean, when it goes off, it really goes off? Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy Whitney.
See, now I'm thinking when she says switch, I'm thinking of one of those pull down, switches, like the electric.
Oh, you're thinking of the Frankenstein switch.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, when she blows, you just want to get out of there as fast as you can, because there's going to be debris. See, I don't see Deb Deb seems too easy.
No, Deb says she just goes silent, so that turns her off.
Okay. So when you go quiet, the kids know to speak softly, because you're carrying a big stick.
Barbara says nothing really bothers her anymore, not because she's older and more flexible, but she just simply does not give a flying banana anymore.
That's kind of where, that's really where I am. Yeah. It's taken a long
getting there. I'm getting there.
I've been working. Carol, you've done real well. We've been working on this for a while.
Yeah,
And it's hard. It's hard.
it is. And my life was like upside down and sideways, so
Yeah, this is true. They would be so shocked if you ever really got, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Well, here goes
kaboom, Beth says, kaboom.
the boom blast. I can't, yeah, well, it's nothing for me to get upset about. And I would love it when I would talk to a student, talk to them, in a regular voice, like I'm talking to you folks. They would go home and tell their parents that I had yelled at them.
Oh, wow.
You'll know if I'm yelling at you. Believe me, you'll know. But they would take that as yelling at them.
I
Yep.
think these ones would look nice as pockets, or those angled pockets, these dictionary pages.
Oh, definitely. And I would fold them in half, diagonally, and that would give them extra strength as a pocket.
Like this?
Yeah. And then make an angle pocket. And it would be like having two pieces of paper together.
I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'll have to work on that. You'll have to help me.
Yeah, I'm going to spray. Ooh, whoa, that's black. Holy mackerel. Now, I'm going to pick this up.
Barbara,
Ooh.
Chicken Pot Pie Society, there is no such thing as a naughty corner on Ann's Live.
We're all naughty. We're all in the corner.
Hi, Christine G.
Hi. Ooh.
Oh, but then it's not late. It's only 3:42 now.
Well, look, we have 3 time zones represented, at least. Well, we've got Eastern, we've got Central, because Deb's in Central, and you're Mountain, right?
Mountain, yep.
And Barbara Clock emailed me earlier, and yes, that's my favorite corner, the Tito corner. Yes.
Kathy's at 2:42.
Okay.
So she's even an hour earlier.
Oh, look at that. Look, you get 2. I got this one, and then I flipped it over, and it's still juicy. Wow.
Yeah, so put it down on something else.
I know. Where?
Before it dries. Hurry.
Right there.
Beth is at 5:43. Yeah, Beth, I'm not in that time zone anymore.
And Kathy's in Oregon. Okay, that's the far. Okay.
Oh, look at this. Butterfly and dragonfly clips. Wouldn't they be cool to make and put on like a paper clip or...
Oh, yeah, when people do those fancy paper clip thingies.
Yeah, she gave me directions. Isn't that cool? I'll have to put that off to the side.
Is that magazine, that crafting magazine that you got that had all the neat stamps?
No, this is still from Janet Hart's.
Oh, okay.
It's the Right Kids Crafts, Butterfly and Dragonfly.
Oh,
so if you go to rights.com, that's where it is. Isn't that cool?
Wow. Yeah. Whew, it's a little smelly.
Perfect fit pages pocket. Tear along perforations. Now I don't understand that. Oh, it's
I'm going to mute myself just for a second because I'm going to put the air gun on. No, not the air gun. Where's the mute button? Oh, there it is. Gee whiz. I can't find the mute.
Chris, we're in the same time zone now. I watch you in the mornings. But I've been just starting to go through some of this, and it's like, oh my gosh, Janet Hertz, you sent so many yummy goodies. But I haven't done, except the last time I was live with Anne, I haven't done anything. Mojo has taken a hike somewhere. Beth, yes, I am. I am all settled in. I'm at my son's, and he's set me up with all kinds of storage things for my room, in a table for my sewing machine, and a corner desk. And they got me some nice lights. So I have a really good bright light so I can see what I'm doing. So I don't need to like be right on top of everything. And what else have we done? I got a nice little comfy couch also, so I can sit and watch TV and quilt if I want to. But I did get some other things that I'm going to be working on, and I got some rope to make some bowls.
Oh, that's right. Deb was gonna. I keep on forgetting to. Oh, and I just. Oh, I did. Oh, never mind. I'm talking to myself. I have a Amazon order, and I haven't sent. I'll get the. That's cotton, right?
Yes, yes. So I want to do this. So I got this. So I'm getting ready to do that.
A rocket just went
Can
off.
I scan what? Beth?
Clothesline. Yeah.
The
Hi, Becca.
butterfly and dragon clips or the perfect fit pages, or what do you want? You made about 8 bowls this week. I've made one a while ago. Oh, long time ago. I have my oops. That's the one thing. My camera is right here.
Beth made a paper bowl.
I have this one I did by hand with the my brain has just been fried. The buttonhole stitch. I
Yeah.
wrapped a piece of rope with fabric, and then I just did the buttonhole stitch. The dragon clips, okay, Teresa.
That's cool.
Oh, Rebecca, either way is nice. At least you get to be with your son. It's nice for me because I haven't been this close to my son in about 10 years. So like I'm enjoying every single minute of it.
Absolutely. It's
Yes,
hard.
blanket stitch, buttonhole stitch, they're the same thing. It's just two different words for it.
Oh, okay.
Barbara said her brain is fried with a side order of bacon. Seriously.
Oh, yeah. Oh boy. Yeah.
Using up your cotton thread. Yeah, so this is actually a pearl cotton I used, and it was really good. So you can see it. I need to raise it up. Now you can see part of my desk. There, that's a little better. It's a little higher, but it'll be a little bit clearer. But I used the blanket stitch and went around going underneath the next stitch. But I made that like eons ago. At least 2 years ago.
Well, that's cool. Ooh, that's interesting. Look how wet that is. Usually these gel pens are not this juicy, but this is
Oh,
juicy.
that's a good one.
Yeah, look at that. I don't know how long it's going to stay juicy. Not very long. I might as well grab it while I can, right? Nah. A rocket just went off. The whole house shook.
That's true.
The whole house just shook. They've been firing off those rockets like crazy. The one at 1 o'clock in the morning was the one that really was thinking, really?
You know,
Okay.
Rebecca, that's a good idea. You know, you can make your own. You don't have to buy rope. You can make your own like that with fabric and make your own fabric rope and then do the same thing, stitch it together.
Would you put the fabric in strips and then kind of braid it and then make a rope that way?
Yeah, it's what you call a Z twist and a S twist. So when you're twisting, this one will go to the right, and
Hmm.
then you move that to the next one under and hold, and then you twist it and wrap it, and twist it and wrap it.
Okay, that would be cool.
Yeah, so
Yep.
it's good to use up your leftovers. I wanted to make some square baskets because I wanted to put them in cubes.
Uh huh.
So
That's. I want to make those rope. I like the thing with the rope. That's kind of cool.
yes,
Here's what is it?
they are. I can't wait to make some more. I enjoyed making that one. It took a while, but it was still fun.
Got these little people. These little people from
Oh,
around the world.
look at those peoples.
Yeah, it was a book that I bought. That it was. I got it at. Um, I don't remember now. Probably Goodwill, but it was around the world. And these are all drawings by kids from around the world. And of course, I took the whole book apart, and I thought these little people were very cute and very colorful, and they would liven up a page. So I'm going to go on this page. Oh, what's hard on the thumbs? I missed that.
The twisting of the
Oh,
fabric to create
oh,
the twine.
okay. Well, I learned how to braid when my ex-husband is Jewish, and I made challah every Friday for Sabbath,
So
and
you were making
I was
bread.
braiding. I was
Bread.
braiding the bread. Yeah, I have to say, I made a good loaf of challah.
Yesterday when I was cooking, because the kids are off working on their bowler, the camper.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got that duty today too, but we're just having frozen pizza today. But yesterday, I made cherry cheesecake and I made chicken and dumplings,
Get out! Look at you.
and it gluten free and regular.
Oh, that's right. Oh boy. Yeah.
So I made two meals in one. And what else do we have? Chicken and homemade bread.
Get out.
Yeah, I become domesticated.
Yeah. I was going to say you've been. You're cooking
I,
for.
I didn't open a can
That's right. And
except for the cherry pie filling.
yeah, for the cherry pie filling. That's amazing. No, that's funny.
I know. I had to laugh myself.
Yeah. You were cooking for dog, but not you.
Yeah, I was cooking. Yeah, exactly. I was cooking for the dogs before.
Right. And now you're cooking and the dogs are eating kibble, and now you're cooking for you.
And they get some of the leftovers, but
They-
mostly she's doing so good.
Yeah.
Yes, I was. And and then today is like, okay, I don't know what to make for supper.
Yeah.
And the kids said that they're gonna be home late, so we're just gonna do frozen pizzas today.
Yeah. Keep it simple. And it's Sunday. You need a day of rest. So yeah.
Yes, Rebecca, the cherry cheesecake. We had lots of leftovers, so guess what we're having tonight?
Yeah. I'm assuming you use it's got cream cheese in it and all that good stuff that goes in it.
Yep, I made a graham cracker crust,
Whoa.
and then I took Dream Whip, a package of Dream Whip, a whole block of cream cheese,
Oh yes.
and a
Ooh.
cup of powdered sugar,
Powdered
icing
sugar.
sugar, whatever, 10x sugar, whatever you want to call it around the world.
Yeah, I think that's powdered sugar, the 10x.
Yes, it is powdered sugar. And then first you make your Dream Whip stuff up, and then you mix your cream cheese and your icing sugar, and you blend it all together, and you fold in your Dream Whip, and you pour it onto your graham cracker crust, and then you dump a whole can of pie filling on top.
And then you wait for it to set.
Yes, you put it in to chill.
Yeah. Now, do you put that in a springform pan?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, it's just a 9x9.
Oh, okay.
8 by 8 to get a thicker crust. 9x9 would have been better, but you know.
Sounds delicious.
Oh yeah, and then the homemade dumplings, and I was busy.
Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, yeah, you were domesticated.
Yeah.
And see, those type of things, you know how to do that, and you never really forget how to do that. You may not do it, but then when it comes,
It was great because a long time ago, I sent my son all of my recipe books and everything. And, you know, why would I have to make all that for one person? I wouldn't.
Exactly.
So I went rooting through the cupboards the other day when we were making bread the first time together, my son and I. He says, let's make some homemade bread, Mom. So we pulled out the bread maker, and we got the bread maker going, and then I was looking through the rest of the recipes, and I thought, oh, now wouldn't that be a treat? And then the week before, I made banana butterscotch chippet cookies.
Oh my gosh. Holy
mackerel. Yeah, I'm getting spoiled.
Yeah. Sounds so good. I don't cook much again, cooking for one is just no fun.
It is.
I don't mind leftovers, but I'm still cooking for a larger groups, and you know, after a week of eating, and I'm over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had some cherry tomatoes, and the skin on cherry tomatoes can be a little chewy or a little tough. And, so I was thinking out, well, I could peel the cherry tomatoes. Now that's kind of crazy to peel cherry tomatoes, but I literally took the pint basket of the cherry tomatoes, right? And I took Angie would have had a heart attack. I took my X-Acto blade and I cut a little X in the bottom of every single one of those friggin' little cherry tomatoes.
Oh no.
And I brought a pot of water to boil, and I put them in the boiling water for about, 30 seconds, and then drain them, and then I could just squeeze them and they would come right out of the skin. And then I mashed that all up, sauteed that in olive oil, mashed them all up with a lot of fresh garlic. And I had some store-bought spaghetti sauce left over. I mixed it all together. And,
Barbara says she loves Scutterbotch.
Ooh, what is Scutterbotch?
Butterscotch, except she says Scutterbotch.
Well, Becky's a big baker too. Becky makes delicious food and desserts, and
yes, Rebecca, crafting in the kitchen instead of the craft room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that true, Kathy? Kathy says it's nice to be cooking, have someone to cook for. And then Kathy says, but often she says, why do they need to eat every night?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Why do I have to feed you every night?
Oh, that's funny.
Right. Every other night, right?
Yeah.
Well, my guys were good. They had no problems with eating leftovers. I know some folks just don't eat leftovers, but my guys they were fine with leftovers. Well, that was a good thing.
It's great. It's nice being here to be able to actually see them.
Yeah.
Spend time.
Yeah. My sons are hooking up in June And I want to go. Oh my God. I want to go so badly.
Mm.
Oh. And,
Can't you?
well, it's kind of awkward. It would be, I'd have to invite myself to my ex-sister-in-laws.
Oh,
I mean, not that, we get along. I mean, I haven't seen her probably in 20 some odd years. And Dave and Alex are driving from Boston, and Richard and boys are driving across country from Salt Lake City. And they've been going every summer. They go and spend about a week or so on the lake. And this is, and Bonnie's looks like she's going to have to sell it's called the lake house.
oh.
So this will probably be the last time for them.
Hey, Barbara Clark.
Hey, Barbara. She's back from her kite festival. She had to go food shopping, but a kite festival sounds really cool. It was very exciting. I'm assuming you went to the kite festival. Why is that? All right, I'm just going to glue these down.
Yeah, Barbara and everybody else cleans up, right?
So I was thinking, I mean, I could fly into Buffalo and rent a car. And I was trying to remember, and I think, I would probably, even though it's been I've been here for 23 years. I bet you I could, all those roads and all the way there it would be familiar. No, we made it to the grocery store so far. That's enough. Oh, okay. Well, the grocery store can be downright depressing. That's for sure. I haven't done that in a while. I'm down to food shopping maybe about once a month. And, but it's a doozy, obviously, but I tell myself, well, it's once a month.
Still.
Yeah. And then I figure, well, if I subtracted the 2 boxes of kitty litter, and I subtract, this and that, and then, pets are expensive.
Barbara says, and if you fly, I just hope your arms don't get too sore.
Yeah, that'd be hard. Yeah. Richard was funny today when I was talking to him, because I told him, I said, oh, I wish I could see you guys, and all that.
Well, I'd go just because, and then say, hey, we'll meet up after.
Yeah. Well, he was funny. He was already inviting me to stay at Bonnie's house. And I said, I think that's not for you to do.
Smart kiddo.
Yeah. That was back in the day. That's when, that was a long time ago. And, life changes and people,
everybody moves on.
But there were many a summer, many of 4th of July spent at that lake house on Lake Chautauqua. And all year long, as they would do yard work, he would pile all of the debris. My father-in-law would pile all the debris at the end of the lake. And on 4th of July, everybody that lived around the lake would set off. They'd get the flares. They'd light flares and bonfires. And you'd look out, and the whole lake would just be a ring of bonfires and red flares. And the whole lake was lit up. It was pretty spectacular. And then there would be a huge firework show. They probably, fireworks are expensive. I think a lot of municipalities probably can't even afford them. And we were going to go fly. Oh, you were going, yo. Okay, yes. This is fun. All right, Deb, thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Deb.
Her assistance is needed elsewhere. All right.
Yeah, don't you love that?
Mm-hmm. Almost
Gotta
figure out.
do what you gotta do, though.
So this is May 17th, and the prompt was explore. And so I explored by using the acrylic spray paint. And so I'm going to say that page is done. Okay. So let's go see what the 18th holds in store. This was another neat page that we did. You cut out this hole here, and then you put these words over your face. And that's after I'd gotten my first vaccination. Oh, and in another journal that I'm working in, I found the girl, my favorite quote. She took the leap, built her wings, and I found that picture that fits that quote. But she's in another. And that was another layer thing. Okay, 18. Extensions. So this is an easy one because, again, when I make my junk journals, a lot of these are those things, the pages that fold out. So when I sewed it in, this is just a fold out. So I don't have to do too much thinking, which is good. Oh, wow. Now, are they flying the real big kites, or are they the smaller ones that are? Yeah, this is still Messy May, Barb. Messy May goes through obviously May 31st. And this is my. Oops.
Beth wants to know how you healed up. How did your face heal up? How did your face?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah. The scar kind of does follow, like the regular creases in my face. So it's not that noticeable. And yeah, he did a good job. But this guy had a fellowship in facial reconstruction, the dermatologist. So he has some skills. Yeah. Fortunately, the only complication I have is I was telling the girls in the craft and chat a couple of weeks ago, and I was showing them there's a bill that I keep on getting, and it's like pages. You get like 3 or 4 pages worth of every language translation of every language under the sun. There's 4 pages of translations, and then you finally get the bill, and I owe the surgeon, the dermatologist, a penny. I got all this paperwork, and my outstanding bill is a cent. And I really want to go in and there's a window where you can pay your bills. I want to go in and just put a penny down on the counter, or better yet, I'd like to hand him the penny, because he would find that very funny, the doctor, because he seems to have a really good sense of humor. So here's your penny. All that paperwork, the postage, all of that for a friggin' penny. And then a whole explanation as to why they wouldn't, that my insurance won't cover that penny. I don't know. It's crazy. No, the surgery went fine. Yeah, that's what someone was telling me, that you no longer, well, there's been a lot of talk in the United States about getting rid of pennies. My older brother was a big shot, and he didn't want to be bothered with pennies, so he would just throw them out.
Oh, wow.
And I would gather them up, and I would think, well, 100 of these make $1, so you keep on throwing them out. I guess it costs much more money to make the penny than the penny. But I wonder, I know there's been talk about getting rid of the penny too. Oh yeah, no, my insurance. Well, all but a penny. Yeah. Well, I had to pay. I have to pay. I had to pay for my visit to him, but not not the surgery. My regular doctors are free, but specialists I have to pay $35, which is, of course, the whole thing was thousands of dollars, and so I have no complaints.
Yeah, they just round it up or down around here that we don't have pennies anymore.
Well, I'm surprised that they have not done that here. I know that there's been talk about doing that, but they just never have pulled the trigger on that. It certainly makes sense. Let's see, go here. Actually, I can stick that right across there and bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it. So anybody been watching anything good or interesting? Because
My daughter-in-law and I are watching Manifest.
Oh, I watched that. That's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Oh, it is. We're just in season 1, so.
Okay, yeah, I watched all of that. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm enjoying watching that. We're watching it together, so we don't watch it by ourselves.
Okay, is that the plane crash one?
The disappearance, the plane disappearance for 5 years.
Right, yeah, the plane disappeared. Yeah. That is a good.
I want to watch A Man Called Otto because everybody's saying how good it is, but I didn't get to do that yet.
No, it's on Netflix and you can do it.
Oh, it's good.
It's good. Yeah. It's good.
I'll have to watch that tonight.
There you go. Yeah. No, it's. I mean, we talked about this. I don't think Tom Hanks has really ever made a bad movie.
No, he hasn't. I love all his movies. Him and Robin Williams.
Yeah. And he was
and I can watch it over and over and over.
Well, he was on Maury Albert. He was interviewed on TV last week, and I watched the interview, and he was very funny. He's a funny guy. And he said something, they did like a round robin, and he gave like one word for him to respond to. And that's going to go in one of my journal pages for sure, because the word was failure, and Tom Hanks's one word response was growth, which I loved, which I thought was a brilliant word for failure, because with failure comes growth. It's so true. I got all of these neat little thingies with like seed things, like fake little seed things, but I don't know where I got them or who gave them to me. But this is cucumber and chives. Bee Newt seeds, $2.50. That's pretty expensive. That's an interesting combination. Can you imagine sprinkling? Well, cucumbers are a vine. Chives they grow pretty fast. Let me see. Departure.
Bye, Barbara. Take care.
Take care. I want to see Otto too. Tonight's a good night for that. All I watch is Everyone Craft. Yeah, I do a lot of that too, Angie.
I haven't done much of that. Sorry, people.
I've been watching.
I sneak in and out for just a couple bits, and then I go.
See, I want to get I want to subscribe to the BritBox. And the other day in live chat, in the chat room, Deb and I both canceled our subscription to Bohemian Crafting, and so
Oh,
that, yeah, no, I mean, just because I'm not watching her that much, and I figured, well, if I cancel her, then that frees up the money for BritBox. And there's a lot of Brit stuff that I'd like to watch.
hmm. Yes, Rebecca. I sometimes stop by, but I don't chat.
She's there,
You've
hanging out.
you've been Anne's been hanging out at Rebecca's.
I have openly and proudly. I have been a participant. Yes, I even did one of her Monday prompt things. I did the
Oh,
one where you did, I think Becca did an extra 4 because you just wanted to finish up using all the sticks.
mm.
And
Yeah, I usually throw colors at her when she's. What do I pick now?
yes, yeah. Well, I've been gathering. I've been every time I come across fairy like stuff, I have an envelope that I'm working for to send to Janet Nash. And but I also came across, and I couldn't resist, and this is going in the envelope too. Because this is also, hi, Malia.
Malia
So
and Jen.
this is going to Janet Nash also.
Oh, Jen. Sorry,
the
you're not.
avocado. The
Oh
avocado.
yes, she does her avocado
And
stuff.
that was one of the prompts. I think that's one of the strangest prompts we. I think that prompt was a couple.
I
Of years
remember that. I remember that.
ago. I'm sending her
I
the.
think I should get a little bit together in an envelope for her with the Canadian stuff too.
With flower fairies of summer. And that was one of the things. This is a beautiful ad. Look at this watch. Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, isn't that pretty?
That's serious.
Yes, it is.
White gold, sapphires, and diamonds. The Lady Fairy.
Wow.
Oh, Jen's not feeling well. I missed that.
No, Jen's got the stomach virus.
Oh dear. I'm sorry. That's not fun.
Being sick in any form is not fun.
Oh, no, this is true.
You
that was very.
that much. Yeah, but it's got a fairy on it, so it has to go to Janet.
It has to go. It has to go across the pond. And I guess she's getting ready to make a second fairy journal. So she's filled one up already.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to get her an envelopey thing together.
I have to get some more international stamps. I think I've used my. I love ordering stamps on going to the postals, ordering stamps online. And I like, it's fun. Like I get their catalog. They send out the most beautiful print catalog, but you've got to order stamps in order, and you can cut those out. They're gorgeous, but I love ordering them online because I like to get a page of this and a page of that and a page of that. You know what I mean? So I'll get all these different. And so I get this big variety of, the barns of the Midwest or lighthouses of the East Coast or peanuts or artists. It's so much fun just to get a sheet of each one and sample all the great stamps that are out there. I find that a lot of fun. Amazon Prime, watch it on cable. My journaling's by 5. Okay. Oh dear. Let's see. I'm sorry.
Your page is really coming along nicely.
Yeah, thank you. It's fun. I love gluing. This is extension, and so this is the extension because it opens, it extends out. So that's
Oh,
the
cool.
extension. Again, sometimes I just get so much, and I feel so guilty about throwing all this paper out that I've got so many junk journals made out of junk mail. There's only so many of them you can.
This I've gotten, they go to the grocery store and now they're getting paper bags.
Ooh,
And it's like, oh my God, that's a commodity. I gotta keep that.
that's great.
And I'm getting like magazines and paper bags and all, and then some people have my new address. I'm not posting my new address in groups. It'll go private if people want to send anything, but I've been with getting all that kind of cool junk stuff. And
Yeah.
so with the paper bags, I thought, oh, that'll be so nice having that because it's so sturdy.
Well, paper bags are great. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Well,
want to add some of that into the journal,
yeah.
and I'm going to use her envelope for the cover.
Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah. That's and some of the paper bags like are really cool.
Bye, Nettie. Enjoy dinner.
Bye, Nettie. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Hi, Mary Lou.
Hey, Mary Lou. Good to see you. Well, at the dermatologist, it's when you leave after you've had your surgery, they send you home with one of those little tiny brown paper bags that have a little handle. So everyone walks out with this little paper bag that's got the handle on it, and in there is gauze and Vaseline for the wound care. And it's just a little, but it's got handles on it, and it's brown. And for a while there, my insurance company was sending out their bills in craft color envelopes, and that was so cool. And now they're back. Now they're back to the regular white envelopes. I don't know what with the brown. The brown was so cool. Now, did you stamp on that cover? I missed what you.
The cover? No, this is from Janet Hart.
Oh, okay.
This is what she sent it in.
Oh my gosh.
So, and then all of her stuff, and then I added a couple of pages, and I'll add a couple of maps and different things, and I think that's going to fit in there really nicely, actually.
It's perfect. That's the perfect size.
Yeah, it's the kind of size I like to work in. I don't like really huge journals.
Right.
And then I don't have to print out big pictures. I can just,
Mm-hmm.
put little ones in, put the maps in, put pictures in.
Well, the Sean Petit one that I'm working on is huge, and she opened up her membership for a week for free. It was like a freebie for a week, and she had this week-long journal called the Book of Courage and Curiosity, and I didn't get done, and it closed. So, but I took pictures of the pages, but it's huge. It's almost too big for me. I think I was talking about it's 17 by 11 folded in half. So it's a big journal.
Yeah, I have my little journals here and stuff, but
yeah, I like.
Like I said, the mojo has not been there. Hey, I'm happy I got the pages folded in that it looks kind of like a journal now.
It does look like a journal. Yes. And
I just have to cover up my address and her address on the
right
inside. But
yeah,
I've been busy. Today I've got all of these words cut out. Look at this.
And
Change of scenery, finding your mountain,
oh,
open road, adventure starts here. So there's so many cool things that I got that I can use in my, and I think this is going to be the title of my book.
oh, wow, that is perfect. Okay, Sherry, go feed the kitties. That's a perfect title because that's what
Yeah,
it was.
it certainly was. So that's what I'm going to call. That's my title for the front of my book.
Oh, that's perfect. That's yeah. Just
But
had
yeah,
to, that phrase was just there.
and this is for the middle of the book, the middle of a much longer story.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. That's just
A
amazing.
rare encounter. That's for my Sasquatch picture.
Right? Oh Lord. That is hysterical. Oh my God.
Uh,
Those are awesome. Those are all out of all the travel fun.
yeah, this was out of the travel one. Life well crafted, like
Oh,
roots and rocks, bears and fox. It was like all kinds of cool things for in
yeah,
it. Sink
that's
your
perfect.
claws into Canada.
Oh wow. Those are great. That's gonna be fun. Just sticking those on page. And actually you could use those that wordage as the like the prompt for the page. You know
Yep,
what I mean?
yep. So that's
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
prioritizing family is what I've been doing lately.
Yeah.
And this is the area we live in, Mahogany.
Oh, okay. That's a neat name.
Yeah.
But those are crazy. Good.
I know. It's like I'm pulling these out. And it's like, oh, I know what picture that's going with. Oh, I know where that one's going.
And I never,
Lavender.
I never think to, occasionally I will pull out some wordage, but a lot of times I'm not looking for it. And I really should make a more conscious effort, you know what I mean? Because it's there,
Yep.
but you got to look for it.
But I have so much, and I sent you a big pile. I filled a white envelope as full as it can get.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. See, I found this smell of flowers, which I should put on this page where I have all the flowers. I should put this on that page.
Jen, and that's me. Jen says I can put a picture of her under older than a pyramid if you want. I saw a bear in Pennsylvania in my backyard.
Okay.
Jen says, "Hope you don't run into any bears," and I've already seen one up close and personal.
Right. Yep. Yep. I haven't seen any bears ever, other than not.
We saw, oh, what did she call them when we were out on our little outing, Danny and I, when we went sightseeing the mountains.
Uh-huh.
We saw it almost looked like a sheep with horns,
Oh my gosh, really?
and it was right next to the road.
Huh.
So that was pretty cool. So
Well,
I've got wildlife and all kinds of whatnots.
I watch a lot of reels also, and I get and when they rescue
Yeah,
animals and
I've been
people
watching
rescue
them too.
animals, and poor little kittens and puppies that have been abandoned, and people rescue them, and or there was I think it was like a sea lion. I got hi Jinx, got all tangled up in wiring, and they finally kind of corralled it and put it in almost like a sleeping bag thing, so they could start to cut it loose out of all the wiring. And then when they finally got it free from all the wiring, it went scurrying off back into the ocean.
Hmm.
Mountain goat. Jeez. Yeah, black bears. Yeah, I think they have.
No,
They
it wasn't a goat, Janice. It wasn't a goat. She called it something else, and I can't remember.
not a goat. It was an ibex.
No, the name doesn't sound familiar. It looked like a sheep with horns, like it almost like a goat sheep, but yes, but not a goat. I'll
It's
ask her.
a mountain goat.
No, it wasn't a mountain goat. I know what mountain goats look like.
Okay, not a mountain goat. A ram. No, you know what a ram.
No, wasn't that. I can't remember.
It was a
On,
Saskatchewan.
on our travels on the way out, we saw herds and herds of deer,
Yeah.
herds of sheep. We saw those. It's like a caribou.
Oh, cool.
A pronghorn.
Oh,
Yes, we saw
perfect.
those too. Pronghorns. That's it. I knew I would never remember that name.
Hello, JL. Good to see you. See, she couldn't resist. She knew the answer. She couldn't resist. All right.
I knew I couldn't. I couldn't remember that for the life of me.
Yep.
We saw about 10 eagles.
Nice.
We saw we saw 5 coyotes.
Cool.
And this is just driving all the way from one side to the other. As we were going, the animals were out.
Right.
And oh my gosh, here they have jackrabbits on steroids.
Oh, the big boys, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they can get pretty big.
They are humongous. and in the winter they're white.
Oh, yes.
And in the
That's right.
summer they're brown.
They're brown. How? Yeah.
So I saw them with two-tone, so they were in transition.
Oh, okay.
But oh my gosh, every time I see them, it's like, holy crap, that's a rabbit and a half.
What was that? They had that made up. They had that made up mixture of a rabbit and something else, and they called it a jackalope or something like that. And it was like kind of.
Oh,
Like
they're jackrabbits, and Rebecca, yes, they are. They are huge.
no.
You should see Loca look at them. She's just like, oh my god, that's dinner.
Right. Yeah, we've got bunnies. I mean, we've got little bunnies. They're about yay big. It's a little like a little. Now this is a postage stamp that I've had for quite a while, and it just absolutely cracks me up. And I don't know what country it's from, but I will show it to you. It's hysterical. Focus. Can you see it?
No, still blurry.
Let's see. Ooh. Ooh. Maybe here. I just think it's a very funny postage stamp. And I don't.
They are a type of sheep, but they have horns. But that is a cool postage stamp. It was a little blurry though; we couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So you're using your favorite postage stamps on that page.
Well, I have a whole book full of postage stamps, which I never think to use. So why not use them?
Yeah, because what else are you going to do with them?
I know, and I have a nice little postage stamp book that has the little thingies in it. And so let's like a little strip here. So let's glue down some postage stamps. Just use it up. That's so much stuff.
You would never know that Loca and Tuzo are both here sleeping the whole time.
They're so cute. You showed me, but they were playing one day.
Yeah, on the bed.
Mm-hmm. Roughhousing it. They were funny. They're so cute. It's so great that they get along. And
oh yeah, they're best buddies.
That was a huge concern.
They're best buddies. They do everything together.
I mean, it could have been disastrous. They hadn't gotten along so well.
Yeah. What are the elastic bands that are holding your pages in your journal, Anne? Sarah wants to know.
It's just elastic, that, regular elastic. I bought a whole roll of it.
So kind of like stuff that you would make bracelets out of?
Yep, exactly.
It's like a 2 millimeter or 3 millimeter
It's
round.
pretty thin. Let me see. Actually, this is thickish. Let's see. I can't see. No, it's pretty thin.
So that's a 2 millimeter.
Whoops. Yeah, I bought a roll of it. Here, this is it. And I really wasn't paying attention. If I was paying attention, I probably would have bought it a little bit thicker. But it seems to be working just fine. And it doesn't, of course, this doesn't say what it is on this. But
yeah, you can do a search on Amazon for round elastic, 2 mm and 3 mm.
But that's what's holding. Yeah. And I did the two holes for the Midori style, and I did this thing in the middle too. So you can see it's pretty thin, but it's working. It's holding it together. And this is getting pretty fat as I fill in all of the prompts. And I'll have
how many signatures in that book, Anne?
Oh, let's see. 2. And then I added this. This one's hanging alone. So, but I haven't added anything because that's this one with the flowers. So I just put that by itself. But so there's technically 2. Well, maybe not.
So you could almost put 4 in there.
Oh, I could. Yeah.
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 You're welcome, Sarah.
Yeah.
Sarah is SAG.
Yeah, 2. And then there's that other one that's, yeah, I could easily. But I'd like to.
So that's what I was thinking when I was looking at mine and wondering, do I want to do 2 big signatures or have 4?
Yeah. Well,
I think I might go for 2 and just make it easier that way. And then just have the transition going from province right straight through instead of each separate signature for a province.
yeah, and because this is the Joe DeFee like journal that we, this is all of her, and this has got a whole bunch of, many signatures, and this thing is just becoming a monster.
That is so cool. Have you done a Friday flip yet?
No, I keep on talking about doing and I have to. I've got so many I can flip.
Yeah.
Small collage books.
That would be awesome to do because then, people follow that hashtag Friday flip.
Yeah.
It might build up your.
Yeah. I could do have to do the Beatles. Definitely do a Beatle flip. I could do the Alice flip. Oh, I watched my Alice. Oh my God. I watched my Alice video the other day. It's awful. Oh my gosh. It is the worst. Oh, I need to do it over again.
Yes, you need to do it as an upload. You do a live, but keep it private.
Yes, yeah.
And so you can see, and then if you don't like it, you can delete it and start again.
I mean, I did it. I did it separately, so it could be out there, and it's out there by itself. But just the quality of it. I mean, I have better lighting now. I have a better camera now. It just needs to be done again. It just absolutely just needs to be done again because oh my gosh, I watched it. Somebody, I think Rosemary. Oh my God, Rosemary had some of the most beautiful Alice material.
Oh, I think I saw that as I was
little squares. Gosh, it was amazing.
So you're going to do a fabric journal?
I don't know. I mean, there's so many journals. I really want to do. I want to do a Winnie the Pooh. That's really hanging over our, I've got
we're going to do Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, I don't know whether I don't know whether I going to be able to do the one that we talked about going through that book.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know whether I'm going to do that one or not, but I definitely, and it's going to, obviously, you know how I feel. It's got to be the original Winnie the Pooh, not the friggin'
Yep.
Disney, you know, the fat Winnie the Pooh. I want to do the mean and lean. Well, he's not mean, but and but definitely want to do a Winnie the Pooh in the worst way. So that's kind of out there, and but yeah, I looked at that Alice thing and I cringed. I absolutely cringed. That how
Well, now
anybody,
you have the proper setup, so take your time, and some morning when you're just not sure what you want to do, just sit down and do a flip.
yeah, that's a good advice. All right, I'm going to call this done for now because it is an extension. And obviously it needs stuff here, maybe some stamps or some stenciling here, but we're holding, let me just go to, that was 18. Let's see what 19 is. Oh, I want to do 19. 19's easy. 19 is gratitude. And so I use that little Polaroid thingy. And okay, and so these are people and animals that I'm grateful for. So I have little Lily with her paw over her face. It's a hard life, but somebody has to live it. And I'm grateful for my pond. So here's a picture of my pond with sandhill cranes and 2 baby chicks. I know this is not going to focus because it's just not going to focus. Focus. No, it won't focus. And of course, children and my parents and my grandkids and my son and flowers. And this is my grandson. He was very happy because he scored the first goal for this hockey league. My mom. So that's what and these are the ones that come with the stickers on the back.
Oh, that's cool.
This is the youngest grandson.
I saw that one. You posted that one, didn't you?
Yeah. He's the karate kid. That's when he just got his.
That's a beautiful photo.
He got his yellow belt. Yeah, isn't this is really cool, isn't it? It's from a paper pack that I got it Tuesday morning as they were going out of business. And so I thought I would just stick these up. I wish these would focus. This is my son Dave and I standing at Arlington, just below my father's niche. This is where his ashes are, at Arlington. Because now my mom is there too. So they take that plate off and they re-engrave it, to add my mom's name. So I think I'll
Thank you, Janet Hart. Thank you, Janet, for posting the links.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Janet, looky. Your stuff is going to be my travel journal.
It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, that little Polaroid thing takes. These are pictures. These are photographs that were on my phone. And then I have the app, and you just open the app for the Polaroid and click on it, and then it just prints out the stickums on the back.
Yes, I like that.
And I have that other, the thermo printer thingy.
Yeah.
It's black and white. I've got one of those too. I got all. This is my son's graduation when he got his PhD from MIT. It was funny when they were calling off the names. It would be Lee, Chang, Wang, Lee, and then Lar, and then back to Oriental sounding. So.
Well, Anne, if you don't mind, the kids just messaged and they are on their way home. So
okay,
they were going to be later, but I've got to start supper.
Yeah. You got to
So
get your
you have 15 minutes left.
Well,
So thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. I'm glad that you were able to make it.
And it's nice to see everybody in chat and hope to see everybody again soon.
Yes, absolutely. I'll be talking to you soon.
You will, definitely. We'll get together.
Okay. All righty.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Carol. Thanks for being here. Have a good week. This is kind of fun. It's easy, too. Just kind of peel it and stick it. Now, these are, when you print them out, they work out to be 50 cents a piece when you figure out the cost. But I wanted to order another pack. And the more you buy, the price does not go down. It stays the same. Somebody that's let's see. I'll put this down here. I haven't seen any, no, actually it's a printer. No, it's a little portable printer, a Polaroid printer that's about yay big. And so you buy the Polaroid printer. And you buy the paper, and the printer itself it's all it does is print out these like photographs. Yeah. Let me see. That's how I'm trying to. Yeah. Actually, yeah. You know what? It's so funny you should say that, Barbara, because I was thinking, most people would throw these out, but they would be. Put these down. They would be. You could glue those down, and this is kind of. I don't know what you would. What you could do with magic marker, alcohol. Oh, alcohol ink or India ink, because this is kind of photography stuff. So that would be, now I'm not going to, all right. When I threw these over to the side, Barbara, I was thinking somebody out there would have some use for these and not just toss them. And now you just kind of gave me an idea. So thank you. I will do that. I don't know. Well, I've been watching that area, and it's undisturbed. But I don't think I'm going to see anything until maybe August, because I think the gestation is 2 to 3 months. And I think I'm pretty sure she laid those eggs, because as I told you, that whole area was all churned up. It was all churned up. And when I came back, it was like perfectly, all the soil was perfectly put back in place, as if a human being had gone out and raked that whole area. And I'm thinking she wouldn't have done that unless she laid the eggs there. But I think it's going to be a while before we're going to see any, if we're going to see any. But it hasn't been disturbed. I told you the last time a turtle laid eggs, the birds were like literally, hovering over up in the trees as this poor turtle laid her eggs. And by the time she got back to the pond, the eggs were all destroyed by the crows. But this time there were no birds around. Alcohol ink, you think? Yeah. And it's funny because I just got out my Uhu, the Uhu, I think, the takeoff on the real expensive alcohol. But that would be in, see, Barbara? A great idea. Super idea. I think you're right. Because it is photographed. So again, this is zinc ink. Zinc ink. Oh, ink. Oh, that's a brand of ink. That's a highly pigmented ink. But Polaroid. You can buy like a non-Polaroid, like an off-brand. And the birds are out there. I'll have to go check them out on that new app. There's a new app out there, folks, courtesy of Scott and Becky shared it, and it's called Merlin, and I highly recommend it. Download the app on your phone, and it'll record. You give it access to your mic on your phone, and it'll record any birds that are singing in your area, and it'll identify the bird. And I used it this afternoon because there were some birds that have been making a racket. I shouldn't say racket because they sound so beautiful. I had no idea what they were. So I went out and they were singing, and it identified 4 different types of birds. I had a northern, oh my gosh, and that's a duck. A northern cardinal, a northern mockingbird, a Cooper's hawk, and it just, oh my gosh. I wish you could see this. The sandhill crane is looking in the window. Oh my gosh. Just walked by. I mean, yeah. I looked up and I saw something in it. Merlin. Oh, if you have any interest in birds or identifying, I mean, it is amazing. And it's created by Cornell Labs. And yeah, check it out. A sandhill crane just walked by. There's another house that's for sale, a couple of houses up from my house. But it wouldn't have the view. And I love this little pond. And it's a little pond. It's an itsy bitsy pond, but there's a lot of wildlife, from turtles to ducks to sandhill cranes and everything else. I wish my camera would focus so you can see. Can't though, it just won't focus. Let's see if I go in really close. No, it gets worse, so you can't really see it. To be like Janet and say, "Focus, you freak." No, not going to do it. But the pond is very tiny. It's a baby pond, but it's a pond. It's my pond. I've always wanted to live on the water. Mom, Dad, and 2 colts. Yeah. Yeah, they mate for life. So whenever I see a lone sandhill crane, I feel sorry for it because it's probably lost its mate. And they have territory fights. They jump up and down. They're big birds. If you're not familiar, they stand at least 2.5, 3. I mean, they're at least 2.5 feet tall, and they'll be like they'll have territorial fights, and they jump up and down and they flap their wings. Yes, there are alligators, but they usually take care of them in a huge alligator crawled out of this pond a couple of years ago. I mean, a big one. And by the time I got to my camera, he had crawled back into the pond. And there's golfers, and they're down there, I always joke about I have old men looking for their balls. They're usually in my shrubs, but sometimes they're right down on the edge of the pond, and they got these little basket things that scoop up their balls. And an alligator would make short business, and little dogs, that would just be a snack. No, but people reported that, and they have alligator hunters literally that come in and take care of the alligators, get rid of them. I don't know what they do. They probably, I don't know. We had alligators on the pond where the school that I worked at, and I used to threaten the kids. So if you're not good, I'm going to throw you in the pond. The alligators will get you. So these aren't all going to fit, but I can put them on the other side. So these are basically things that I'm grateful for. My kids, my grandkids, my pond, my cat. So I'll have to figure something out here. I've already designated this page for the 20th. So I might have to rearrange to put some on the other side. So I'm going to say good night. And thank you so much for hanging out with me and Carol this afternoon. It's been so much fun. It's been great to have Carol back for a visit. And she's got some really neat stuff that she's going to be working on with all that neat stuff that Janet sent her. And as she traveled across Canada, everywhere she could stop and gather stuff. Snake. Oh, yeah. Now I've got snakes too. Got snakes, black snakes, garden snakes, lots of lizards. Oh my gosh. Lizards, every color, every size. There's lizards everywhere. Yeah, I'm glad you caught some of the stream. So this is Messy May, and I told you I was going to mess around with May, and I kind of messed around with May. And so you all have a good week, and I'll see you out on the internet, I'm sure. Thank you, Janet, Barbara, and everybody else that was here. And have a good week. I will see you out and about, I am sure. Bye.